Once we added all the potting mix, the raised beds started sinking into the ground uncontrollably. Now, I had made it up to Eagle Scout, and we would use lashings to make these tripods that are incredibly useful. Tripods for cooking, for making monkey bridges, even forts. But we would also use them for lifting really heavy objects. They used to even use primitive tripods in order to make log cabins in the past. And once I get done with this project, I'll have a portable hoist that I can move all around our property in order to remove logs, debris, even use it as an engine hoist. Unlike doing this with lashings, I'm going to go ahead and use some modern 2x4s and a few carriage bolts. As I usually like to do, I want to go ahead and quickly draw this up. I'm going to make the angles around the top around 15 degrees. I want to join both of these sides together with a dado, glue, and a couple screws. I'm going to be using some 1/2-inch carriage bolts that I had left over from a previous project. And I need to kind of center these holes. And I'm really glad that I drew this out before I went ahead and cut it, because the holes need a certain amount of space in order to work properly. So in this drawing, I'm going to use about a foot of material in order to make this central hub. Now I can go ahead and take the drawing in my head and make it into real life with the table saw. 12-inch cut, and now the 6-inch cut. Now I use my miter gauge in order to cut those 15-degree edges. Now looking back at this, I really should have cut my miter groove before cutting the miters, so I could use this fence instead of having to use the miter gauge. Now that I can see everything fits okay, I can screw this joint together, except I accidentally screw it in upside down. I figure out my mistake fairly quickly and get everything back together. I plan to use this heavy-duty eye bolt as a lifting point.